Hello everyone and welcome back to Her Manners. One syllable, two tiny letters, and yet most people would rather cross burning sands than ever saying no to someone else. So how do we say no politely without breaking relationships, without being rude, without feeling guilty, and most importantly, without hurting anybody's feelings? Before anything, I just want to debunk this idea that constantly saying yes, pleasing people, being fake in any way, or finding excuses and lies has anything to do with politeness, with good manners, or with etiquette. To respect others and be respected has to start with you respecting your needs and your wants. To strongly know who you are and what your needs are, and to keep integrity in your wants, needs, and morals, that has everything to do with proper good manners. To go with the flow and constantly say yes to any kind of request, that is us simply reverting back to a program that we all learned when we were children, when we assimilated being a good child with constantly saying yes. So, are we doomed to a life of saying yes if we want to be kind and nice to other people? Absolutely not. That is the good news. So the first step, if you are a people pleaser, is to never give an answer straight away. Give yourself some time by saying the following. Thank you so much for the invitation. I feel honored you have invited me. However, let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you in a few days. Or perhaps, thank you so much for the compliment. I need to think for a moment about my answer. So perhaps I can get back to you over a coffee next week. Regardless of what you're gonna say, I just want you to remember that in both examples, I followed the same pattern, which is 1. Show gratitude. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you so much for considering me for this project. Number 2, be assertive in saying no and use simple, direct words. I read in a book that, you should use words like, I would kindly have to decline, or I have to pass on this one, or I'm not really sure, but perhaps it's a no. Don't use complicated words. It will only get you into trouble. I know people think that maybe if you confuse the other person, they're not gonna know if you said a yes or a no, but that is gonna backfire in no time, and you'll end up having to explain or having the other person actually taking this as a confirmation that you're gonna show up, or that is a possible yes, or that you're not really sure about your no. So be assertive and use simple and direct words. You don't need to give an explanation, and that is a very, very important thing that I want you to remember. You never have to give an explanation for which you don't have to show up. And this is something I stress over and over and over again, even when you go out for dinner with your friends. Please stop giving excuses even for going to the bathroom, and even more horrible, stop saying what action you're gonna do in the bathroom or why you need to go to the bathroom, because we're not children, we're adults. So just stop doing that. Just say, excuse me for a moment, and proceed. If you are a people pleaser and you just started trying to apply this rule and trying to put your needs first, do not give an answer straight away. Your first impulse is gonna be to say yes, or at worst is gonna be to say a lie. Whoever is not ready to offer you time, then you'll just go back and say, in that case, I'm really sorry, I'll just have to decline because I have no idea what my schedule is at the moment, or because I'm not aware at the moment of what my feelings are regarding this. Nobody's gonna judge you, and is in no way a rude thing to say. So give yourself time, be kind to yourself the same way as you're trying to be kind to the other person, and the other person in return should be kind to you. Now, the third And the most important detail of saying no politely is to leaving things on a positive note, as I mentioned before, the kindness burger. So the end of saying no is offering an alternative. Thank you so much for inviting me. However, I'll have to decline, but maybe we can catch up on Instagram sometimes. As you can see, the alternative doesn't necessarily have to get you into another later commitment. You just have to be kind to the other person. Some people say the alternative is optional, but I do think that it makes life a bit kinder and a bit nicer. So I want you to remember this. Give the other person time to invite you, to express their feelings, to tell you exactly, and listen. Perhaps it's something that you would be interested in. Don't focus more on what you're gonna say. Then start by being grateful regardless of what your need is. Start by saying thank you for the invitation. That is such a great project. Be enthusiastic. Find a compliment. Usually there is every single situation in life, and everything that a person has to offer has a positive. So find it. Be that person that sees the good in everyone else, because it's very hard to stay kind with people if you just see the bad in them. Second, be assertive and don't let people ignore your needs. If you come across a person that just really wants to bully the yes out of you, try to change the subject. However, if he continues, I usually use this sentence. It's so kind of you to really want me to be there, and I feel really complimented by your persistence. However, if you do care for me so much, I know you will care to respect my will. And I promise you I will get back to you on a future date, as I said. And then just immediately change the subject. Nobody is gonna follow up on that. Even the worst bullies that I've met on trying to get you to say yes are gonna stop after you've done this. So there's no need at any point to be rude, but there's also no need to let other people step over your needs. The moment that you start realizing in time that saying no means putting your priorities first, then you will automatically stop feeling guilty. I'll give you an example. If you're really, really committed to a diet just before your holiday, then saying no to going out with your friends after work for drinks doesn't feel so bad, does it? It's because you are genuinely not wanting to go into a platitude just because you want to please people, because you have certain priorities. So having priorities in life is very important to the way we behave as adults. The path to integrity is paved with a lot of polite no's. And end of the day, that's something we'll have to learn. That was it for today, guys. I do hope you took at least one good advice from today's topic. And if there is one thing that I want you to remember is always be kind to others, but always be kind to yourself and your needs. Prioritize what's important for you, and politeness starts from within. I'll see you next week, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.